one part he picked up some things from up here on my left side. And then he picked like quite a few of them down. I was like, okay. He put them in the bag. So when I went by there and I looked up there and it said butt plug.
And to see, could I be attracted to the person and not the gender? And I did find that I could be attracted to a man while I still am very attracted to a woman.
Mm-hmm. But he got a boss too, and his boss name is Clive Davis. Clive run him.
Girl, Chile. This Sean Diddy Combs Pandora box is something that keeps giving, and just when we thought things couldn't get crazier, it just took an unexpected turn. So different media sources are reporting that in a bid to save himself to get a lighter sentence, Diddy's son, Christian Combs, just revealed how Diddy introduced him to freak-offs at a young age and pimped him out to Clive Davis at a young age. This revelation is coming a few days after he got hit with a SA lawsuit of his own. To be honest, I think we have run out of words to describe Diddy cause pimping out your son to be abused in exchange for money, and power is straight up insanity. Alright, so as many of you are probably aware, Diddy has been making headlines for all the wrong reasons lately. And a few weeks ago, music producer named Rodney Jones filed a lawsuit against him. In the lawsuit, Jones didn't hold back, throwing Diddy's entire family under the bus. He revealed that both of Diddy's sons, Justin Combs and Christian Combs, are not only aware of everything Diddy has been involved in, but have also been participating in it. According to Rodney, he saw Diddy's youngest son, Christian Combs, drugging and SAing a woman. In fact, Rodney went on to attach a series of photos from some of the parties Diddy organized, and you can see him and Justin making out with some of the girls. But things took a wild turn a few days ago when a woman named Gr00med filed a lawsuit against Christian Combs, accusing him of SA her while she worked on Diddy, a yacht chartered by the Diddy in 2022 for a family winter trip in St. Martin. In lawsuit, Gr00med claims Christian Combs forced her to take a shot of tequila that he poured for her while she was working as the yacht's sole on-duty steward in the pre-dawn hours of December 28, 2022. She says that soon after she acquiesced to be polite, the mood changed and things became sinister. She claims Christian forcefully grabbed her arm, prevented her from leaving the sun deck, and forced her to take another shot. Plaintiff was quite scared and realized she was in a very dangerous situation, the paperwork states, adding that Gr00med began to feel strange and quickly suspected the tequila was spiked. Gr00med alleges Christian then proceeded to kiss her neck and face as he groped her legs, breasts, anus, and vagina. With this latest lawsuit, I believe the reason why Christian Combs and his brother were taken for questioning when Homeland Security raided Diddy's home is clear. They are very much as involved as Diddy. However, inside sources are reporting that in a bid to get a soft landing, Christian Combs is blaming Diddy for his predatory behaviors. The source revealed that Christian claimed Diddy exposed him to freak-off parties at a young age and dropped the bomb that Diddy handed him over to Clive Davis to be SA. For those who might not be aware, there have been rumors going around that Diddy was Clive Davis's boy toy, and his affiliation with Clive is the reason why he has been able to get away with many crimes he has been linked with over the years. So a few months ago, Jaguar Wright spilled some tea on Clive Davis and Diddy relationship, and she spilled the tea that Diddy himself was also a victim because he was allegedly an intimate slave to Clive Davis, if you know what I mean. It's kind of puzzling, isn't it? Diddy, who was just an intern at Uptown Records, somehow ended up scoring a deal to launch his own record label, even though he didn't have a ton of music industry experience. He began his internship at Uptown Records in 1990, and then 3 years later, in 1993, he got the boot. Right after that, he kicked off Bad Boy Records, teaming up with Arista Records, owned by Clive Davis. If you think about it carefully, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense that Diddy, who was just an intern at Uptown Records, ended up getting a deal to start his own record label, even though he didn't have that much experience in music. He started an internship at Uptown Records in 1990, and 3 years later, in 1993, he got fired. Then he started Bad Boy Records in partnership with Arista Records, which is owned by none other than Clive Davis. Bad Boy Records turned out to be massively successful, but back then, Diddy was essentially a newcomer in the industry. This raises the question, how did he manage to persuade Clive to invest in his record label? Interestingly, Clive himself didn't have high hopes for Bad Boy's success. He openly admitted this in an interview, revealing that Diddy applied pressure on him, saying, "Sean Combs convinced convinced me that Top 40 was going to embrace hip-hop. It seemed so unlikely then when he played me Craig Mack's 1994 hit Flava in Your Ear and Notorious B.I.G. material when he was totally unknown. This 21, 22-year-old guy was seeing clearly how music was changing. Bad Boy Records was Diddy's passion project, not necessarily something Clive was initially keen on. Despite this, Clive chose to finance the label. Now, with Jaguar's recent revelations, it seems like we're finally getting the answers we've been seeking. According to Jaguar, Diddy was supposedly groomed and SA by his mentor, Andre Harrell, the founder of Uptown Records where he worked. Also, she alleges that Andre, in turn, was supposedly groomed by Clive Davis himself.
My focus right now is Sean Combs.
Okay. Tell us why. Tell us why.
Because he's a sex trafficker. And he's using music and entertainment to sex traffic.
Now, is this just boys, girls, adults, kids? Like,
I mean, from what I've heard from sources that I would consider reliable, it really doesn't matter.
wow.
I don't think sexuality is something that has anything to do with gender at this point for Sean. I honestly think he's just an extreme narcissist who loves power. He loves the ability to manipulate and control people. Why? Most likely because he was victimized by his mentor, who loved to control people.
And his mentor was
Andre Harrell,
Tell us how
who
was
was
he
mentored by Clive Davis.
As for why Clive chose to finance Bad Boy Records, Jaguar unveiled something intriguing.
Don't tell me that Andre Harrell got touched by Clive Davis too.
I'm telling you, I don't know what happened between Andre and Clive. What I do know is that Andre got passed over. Like,
Wow.
how do you go from being the president of Uptown and losing your entire company to your intern? Like, Puff started out as an intern.
And yeah, has always acknowledged Clive. And in 2019, after he won the Grammy Icon Award, he said, "Clive Davis and Arista Records gave me a chance when I was starting Bad Boy Records. He was one of the first industry executives to really believe in me. I'm forever grateful for him." Well, industry sources spilled the tea that the reason Clive funded Bad Boy was because Diddy was giving him the booty.
Now, rumor has it, allegedly, Diddy got on his knees for Clive Davis in 1994, and that's how Bad Boy Records came about.
Diddy handing over his son to be SA in exchange for money, power, and fame. While we've heard crazy stories about him in the past few days, I'm not sure there is anything that can top this. This guy right here is a monster. Fans left comments saying, "I'm not surprised about Clive Davis and Puff. This how Puff became rich. 5 years. Puff didn't care. These people are something else. He was groomed by Clive and now he's grooming others." I would advise any young person to steer clear of the music industry. The rap industry and Hollywood in general seems like a very sick and demented place. All that glitter is not gold. I've never held these types to be of high morals. So I would love to know what you think about this tea in the comments. Then check out this next video.